Good morning, everyone. Here we have another wonderful interview with a very, very special guest today. I've been very much looking forward to speaking with her. It's the first time I've actually met you, but I've been reading a lot of your work. Welcome, Professor Reidun Jahnsen. Welcome.
Thank you.
Did I say your name properly? I hope I did.
Yes,
I
you did.
Okay,
Perfect.
thank you. So from the University of Oslo and Oslo University Hospital, and you presented yesterday in the wonderful participation segment.
Yes.
And participation obviously is very, very, very important.
Yes. Then I must tell you that there is another affiliation as well.
Oh, another one?
Because
Yes.
the participation research is going on at the Beitostølen Health Sports Center, which is a rehabilitation center up in the Norwegian mountains.
I have heard about that.
Yes.
That is amazing.
So that's where I do my participation research.
Lovely.
With the PhD students and so on. But the cerebral palsy registry studies
Yes.
are going on at the Oslo University Hospital.
That's wonderful.
Yeah.
So, I love that you've got your different research hats in different
Yes,
places, but
yes.
I've heard so much about the work that's been done there. And so I'm very interested in this title. So your presentation title today was, How Did Youth with Cerebral Palsy Perceive Participation in Everyday Life After Participating in a Periodical Intensive Rehabilitation Program Based on Adaptive Physical Activity? And this was a qualitative interview study. So I love the title. There's so much in there. Give us a little bit of background. You know, why did you look into this in particular?
Yeah. This rehabilitation center is located in the Norwegian mountains, really beautiful. And the main intervention is adapted physical activity.
Great.
But that also includes a lot of other things, like a lot of outdoor activities, use of activity devices, maybe.
Yep.
There are always groups, children, young people and adults are there in groups.
Yep.
So there is a lot of social activities,
Yep.
peer learning, they look at each other.
Amazing.
The participation is both the goal and the means.
And the means.
Yes.
And that's wonderful. That's absolutely wonderful.
The context is adapted. You can do things that maybe can't do at home.
Right.
So the context is very safe, free.
Yeah.
All the other people that are there are also struggling with activities.
Sure.
Suddenly you can meet someone like you.
Yeah.
And maybe someone have more problems than you, so you can have a new role.
Yeah.
You can help others.
Yep.
Maybe at home, in your school, you are the only one with a disability and so on.
Yeah.
So there are children, youth and adults with any kind of disability.
Okay.
It's a part of the specialist healthcare system in Norway.
Right. Okay.
So it's free of charge for any person to come there.
It's amazing.
It's publicly funded.
Okay.
So people from all over the country can come there.
Wow.
And they are referred then by their general practitioners.
Yep.
Or maybe a rehabilitation center locally.
Sure. So how long will they go for a program? I understand it's an intensive program.
Yes,
Yep.
it is. And it depends. But this program, they stayed for 3 weeks.
Okay.
Yeah. So, but there are also programs that are 4 weeks,
Okay.
2 weeks,
Okay.
and maybe even 1 week.
Okay.
So it depends on the goal of the.
Oh, I see. So it's very individualized,
Yes.
goal-directed for that time. But
Yes.
they stay. They live there.
They stay there. Yes.
Amazing.
And the children also have a parent with them, or it might also be the whole family sometimes.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so that's siblings and both the parents can be there together.
Wow.
Because the parents have to take the activities home. They have to learn too.
Of course. Yep. So it's not isolated.
Yes.
And
so they have to learn to do it when they come home, when they have learned new activities.
That is
So,
absolutely
but
amazing.
this special project, then we had a deal with a rehabilitation center in one region of Norway, near Oslo.
Yeah.
And they had a program called an Buskerud Intensive Program.
Okay.
That's this region.
Okay.
And the program is 4 parts, and 3 of them is during preschool age, and that's going on at the rehabilitation center locally.
Amazing.
So then the children come there for 3 days every 6 months.
Okay.
And then they focus on, daily activities,
Yes.
how the children can learn daily activities. And then they do goal setting during these 3 days and explore the child's resources and make strategies for how can they do training then during these 6 months till next time they meet there.
Yes. Yeah.
And also kindergarten teachers, assistants, grandmother, grandfather, everybody learns about these goals so that you can focus on it.
Yeah.
So it's in daily life, but it becomes kind of intensive because everybody knows
everyone's
it.
Doing
and,
it. Yeah.
Doing it. Yeah.
That's fabulous.
And then when they start school at 6, there is this part 4, which is a collaboration with Beitostølen Health Sports Center.
Okay.
So then during school age, between 6 and 16 years, the children come 4 times.
4 times.
Maybe first during summer to learn summer activities like biking, swimming, canoe paddling, whatever they want.
Yeah.
And then next time after, let's say, 1.5 years or something, it's winter, so they can learn skiing, skating, snowboard, whatever they can do. Sit ski maybe.
Wow. Wow. All adapted.
Yeah, all adapted. So, and then summer again, and then they are older, can do other things, and then winter again. So it's 4 times.
That's incredible.
So when we started this project, I think like 34 young people had been through the whole program.
Okay.
So then we wanted to ask them, what has this meant to you?
Yeah.
So
what
that
did they
was
say? I'm so curious what they said. I mean, it's I can guess how amazing it would be, just as you're describing it. I want to be there.
Yeah. And we asked them then. One of the physiotherapists that is working in the clinic did the interviews. Then we found out that to interview them was a good way to learn what they had experienced.
So
and she first asked. I must first tell you that just half of them accepted to participate.
To be interviewed. Okay.
They are busy.
Of
now
course.
they were young adults.
Of course.
They were between 16 and 25 years.
Oh, there's a lot of life to live.
So these oldest ones, they were busy, studying, working, whatever. And also some of them had cognitive challenges, language challenges.
Sure.
So there were different reasons for some of them not to participate. But 14 of them.
That's amazing. That is wonderful. And what were the main? Did you sort of analyse by themes? Is that how?
Yes.
So what were some of the themes?
Content analysis.
Yeah.
So first they were asked about what does participation mean to you? I mean, what is participation?
Great first question. Yeah.
And then 3 themes emerged. And the first one was participation is to get the puzzle of life, daily life, fit together.
That's great.
And one of them said that I focus almost exclusively on schoolwork. Struggle with it from morning to night. Only sometimes I can hang out with friends in the evening. So that was, it's for everyone.
Yeah, that's right.
Daily life is full of activities.
Yeah, for sure.
But then they also said that participation to me is to belong and to contribute.
Beautiful.
It's the meaning of life, they said.
That's beautiful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So one of them said that I can be part of the community to help others, that I can contribute with my resources and my knowledge. I should say that participation is the meaning of life.
Oh my goodness.
That's so nice.
Beautiful, beautiful words.
Yeah. And then there was a third theme, and that's individual and environmental factors that influence participation.
Yes.
So one of them said that I use 50% more energy than others, so I get really exhausted every day at school. And when I come home, I fall asleep.
Yep.
But then they also said that I would not have these skills today if mom and dad had not trained with me every day since I was a kid.
Wow.
So you have both.
So very special.
Yeah. And then we asked them, of course, about their experiences at the health sports center.
Yes, great.
And then they said that what was important was that these physical and social activities were away from home.
Yes.
And they met someone like me.
Right.
At home, they maybe are alone with a disability, you know?
Yep. That friends.
Yeah.
Yep.
So one of them said that I could recognize myself in others with similar problems. Parents and doctors can never understand you in the same way. So that was a very important part.
Yep.
So this sense of self became developed.
Yes.
I'm not alone. I belong in a group. And we can support each other. And someone have more challenges than me. I can have a new role, and so on.
Yeah.
And they also said that you were allowed to try different activities, challenge yourself, and try to learn something new. Because before they come, they have a questionnaire, also the small children. Then there are photos of different activities. For instance, alpine skiing. But then you have 3 photos. One is, doing alpine skiing like anybody else. One is sitting with a sit ski, and one is there is an adult person behind, a bi-ski.
Yes, wow.
So you can see that there are different ways of doing this. If you want to do alpine skiing, maybe children think that, no, I can't do
You're just
skiing.
Removing all the barriers.
But then you see, it's possibilities.
That is wonderful.
So maybe they can learn something new that they didn't think of.
Yeah, that's great.
So that's another thing that was
that is amazing. So the themes you've come along there, I'm already thinking about as a clinician, even though I don't have access to your amazing centre, there's so much I can learn from these learnings. What would be your, I guess, top 2 tips for clinicians who are hearing this about your amazing program and these experiences? What can they do in their practice?
Yeah. We had a PhD student from Australia at the centre, Claire Willis.
I know Claire, yes.
You know her?
Yeah, I know Claire, yes. That's why I know about your centre. It's so amazing, yes.
And she said that I can't take the centre and the climate and the mountains with me to Perth.
No, I wish you could.
But I can take the principles, the values, and the competence. People in Perth can learn how to do this. So she wrote articles about this. And what she... Oh, now it's... I just wanted to... It's blocked.
Okay.
My presentation. I'm just looking at it. But the principles that she found was, for the first thing, that the center is a context which is safe and adapted, so that you can practice participation.
Yes.
So you enhance participation with participation. You
Sure.
can practice
You can
it
practice
because
it.
it's
Yep.
adapted, and you have competent personnel there
Yep.
to help you
Yep.
and instruct you, and you have a lot of time,
Yep.
and you have peer learning because you see the others struggle, and then you
Yes.
think, okay, if she can, I can.
Yeah.
And you can learn from each other.
Yeah.
So these principles you can take wherever
Sure.
in the
That's
world.
great. That's
of
wonderful.
course.
That's wonderful.
And also that the parents have to learn, so
Yeah.
that they can continue
That was such a key
assisting.
point, as you said. Yeah.
Or maybe the physical education teacher, assistants in sports clubs and
Yep.
so on. They are also invited for a visit during the last days of the stay. They can
Great.
come and learn,
Great.
so that they can help
Yeah.
when you go home.
So you're looking
that's
at so
also-
many different avenues of just
Yeah.
communicating around the important people of that young person's life, but valuing their perspective and what they want to achieve.
Yes, yes.
It is incredibly inspiring. I would love to visit one day.
Yes, you are welcome.
Thank you very much. I was looking for an
Yes.
invitation. I'll definitely make my way over there. But thank you so much for sharing about the program. I'm sure everyone's going to want to visit you soon, I'm sure.
Yeah.
But thank you so much.
Thank you.
Yeah.
And can I make an advertisement?
Of course
for the
you can.
last?
Go for it.
Yes, because we have written a book
Okay.
that is describing this adapted physical activity, and it's around here at
Oh,
McKeith Press.
fabulous.
It was published now this year.
Fabulous.
With Desiree Maltese from Canada and me as editors, and there are some general chapters about adapted physical activity, and
Wonderful.
then some chapters for what to think of in related to different diagnoses.
I love that. Okay,
So
we'll
you
put
can
links of
have a
that on
look
the
there.
website as well. That was a really good plug. Thank you very much. I'll probably go grab a copy myself. Again, thank you. Enjoy the rest of your conference. Love the time I got to spend with you today.
Thank you.
And to all of our listeners, I hope you really enjoyed that as much as I did. And stay tuned for more episodes. But I'll talk to you all again very soon. Bye.